Night 2 of Love Island. We have two new women enter the island, and we're starting to see the relationship change a little bit, and some start to solidify a little bit more. I'm interested to see how things play out on Thursday when we hit the first recoupling. I don't totally know what goes on for a recoupling, but I'm interested to find out. So we ended last time with Johnny coupling up with Cely, and then Carrington and Jeremiah be invited to a secret jacuzzi party with two new women, Kierstan and Rachel. I was kind of surprised how things went down with Johnny. It felt like his decision felt very final in a lot of ways. Like, we did kind of see him lightly having conversations with Kaitlynn and Cely, and then he made this decision, and then it very much felt like, boom, he's with Cely. And that was a little bit of a head scratcher for me, because I was thinking, he doesn't have that rock solid connection with anybody yet. So why would he sort of close things down with Kaitlynn to pursue Cely when he doesn't even really know what's there? So I'm interested to see how all that plays out. Not sure how much of a solid couple they are. Cely does seem to have totally moved on from any of the other guys and is focusing on Johnny, so that's a good sign. But who knows what happens as more people enter the house and we go through the recoupling on Thursday. All right, our two new women. Rachel invited Jeremiah, and they seem to be vibing quite a bit. We kind of left things with Jeremiah. He and Justine had a conversation that was essentially, hey, we definitely friend zoned each other, but we'd both be open to trying to see if there's anything more there. And then immediately after that, Jeremiah goes on this hot tub date with Rachel and really hits it off with her and is totally smitten with her, and really seems to want to be with her. And then we see Justine, and she really seems like a woman scorned. She really was affected by what happened with Jeremiah a lot more than she was trying to let on, and made me think, like, if you were into him that much, or as much as it appears, why didn't you say a little more in that conversation last night? We saw Justine going around having conversations with other people, basically saying, like, why did Jeremiah not say that we were friends, just friends in our conversation last night? Why didn't he just cut it off right there? And like, we saw that conversation, and they both said, hey, we friend zoned each other. They both did say we're open to trying something more, but nothing else came of that. And then Jeremiah immediately went on this date with Rachel, and things went off with her. So why would he go back to just trying things with Justine when he feels more comfortable with Rachel? Yeah, I do kind of feel bad for Justine, and I hope that she does have somebody come into the house that she connects with, because I am not buying the Trey Justine thing at all. There have been some things floating around online about Trey, specifically with one tweet and his position on dating black women, and then to see that, and then see his behavior on the show go from not even giving Justine the time of day to Justine really being his only option on the show, and all of a sudden Trey is in there talking to her. It makes me question his motives very much, and I really think that he is someone who wants to be coupled just for the sake of staying on the show, in hopes that something better comes along. And that's a type of behavior I always just loathe on these shows. Somebody just waiting for a one-up of what they already have so they can ditch the person that they're with and move on. Let's talk about some of our other couples, or how about our singles? So our singles, Trey, who we just mentioned, who's trying to go with Justine, and then Kaitlynn, and she really doesn't seem to be connecting with anybody in the house. I would say right now, out of everyone, she is the odd one out. She'll be sleeping in her own bed as well. So, oh no, she's still paired with Carrington. Pardon me, but that seems to be totally over, and Carrington is moved on with Kierstan. I got some vibes from Carrington today that he's just a very insecure person. You know, there was one moment in the show where Kierstan went to have a conversation with James. We all know James and Moira are coupled up and seem to be one of the best couples on the show early on. And you could see like just the expression on Carrington's face instantly change. Like he didn't like that. He couldn't handle that jealousy. Couldn't handle the situation, even though Kierstan is very much into him. And you know, Carrington is just not my favorite person on the show. And just something small I wanted to point out on him. Connor and Mackenzie, they had a little bit of a row today. Everybody was sitting around the campfire, and Mackenzie was making it very clear that Connor was her man, that she was with Connor, and no one was to take him from her. And some of the other people started kind of joking about it, you know, basically on the lines of I'm gonna go and talk to all the guys in the house, well, except for Connor, like that sort of thing. Like they were just playing off of what she said. Mackenzie storms off with Justine. You know, she walked off with Justine, so she was someone with her. She was upset, and then got pissed off because Connor didn't come chase after her. And that's something that always bothers me. You know, if you have a problem with something in a relationship, you should just talk to that person. You know, she could have stood up, taken Mackenzie's hand or taken Connor's hand and walked away with him instead of walking away with Justine. And now it kind of seems like she's going to hold that over him moving forward in their relationship. Also had one other little thing to point out with Mackenzie. There was a shot where Connor and Mackenzie were in their bed together talking, and Mackenzie pulled her hair up, and she looks exactly like Alyssa Edwards from RuPaul's Drag Race. And I'm gonna have to pull up a picture of the two side by side, because they're related. She's from the House of Edwards. It's confirmed. We're selling it. We're shipping it. That is the new hot goss on Love Island. I think we've covered about everything here today. A lot of just people still getting to know each other. The couples slowly working their way out and seeing who is into who. And, you know, lots of this stuff on this show that I just don't really know yet, and am excited to see going forward. No episode tomorrow. We will be back again on Thursday for our first recoupling ceremony, whatever that means. I'll be back, and I hope you will be too. So until then, we will see you later.